Hello everybody and welcome back to the Top Flight Computers live stream. My name is Connor. I have been absent for the past two builds. Two and a half because we had that one stream with two.
Yeah, it was basically three.
Yeah, it was basically 3 builds, 2 live streams. But hey, I'm back now. I got a haircut so I look a little bit different. Like I said, my name is Connor, and my co-host here today is
Andrew. My back hurts from carrying Connor. So
really carrying Chris, who is over there behind the
true
monitors.
My back would really hurt. Anyway, so tonight we are building Violet. Violet is a workstation designed for 3D printing, photo editing, and web browsing. I read that backwards because I can't read. The main consideration for this build was a good long-term upgrade path, as well as some I would call it a special accommodation for 5 1/4 inch bays, just because those are less common now.
They are.
Very few people are like, I want a DVD drive, but for some people it is needed. So
absolutely,
we're able to make that part of this build. So our CPU starts out with not the AMD anything. It is the Intel Core i9-10900X, 10 core, 20 threads, Intel.
Ironically, actually, similar box.
I think they're the same.
No, this one's a 940.
Okay. Well, This is the 10900X.
They would have changed their boxes between generations.
Why?
Continue.
Anyway, that'll be installed in Asus ROG Strix X299E Gaming 2 motherboard, and cooled by here are Enermax Liqtech, excuse me. So we're using the Gaming 2 and the Liqtech 2 360 AIO 360 water cooler, paired with 32 gigabytes of Mushkin Redline 3600 DDR4 memory. And then we're also using some Mushkin drives. We've got 2 NVMe drives, a 500 gig and a 2 terabyte, as well as a 2.5 inch 2 terabyte for some more mass storage, because you can never have enough SSD. That's my motto.
I just realized on the back of the RAM, it literally has a giant blatant instructions on how to install RAM.
Look, some people need
it.
Okay?
It's so big, you guys can probably see that. It'll maybe get the glare down, but
I'm fine with that.
I mean, hey, some people need it.
Yeah, some people definitely need it. Sometimes it's us.
Yeah, sometimes it's us.
For graphics, we have a PNY Quadro RTX 4000 8GB. This is a professional validated card for certain applications that'll give us all that GPU acceleration without being GeForce, because GeForce does not exist.
Basically.
To power all of this, we have an Enermax 750 watt Revolution DF 80 plus gold power supply for powering things and stuff.
All of the supplies.
Everything. And we also have a Fantex Enthoo Pro tempered glass special edition that's over here that we'll take a more look at later.
Panda edition.
Panda editions, Connor's favorite case.
Yeah.
And then to cool that, we also have some Corsair ML120 RGBs. I've pre-installed 3 of these in the case.
ML120 Pros.
Excuse me.
The ML120s have been around for a while.
Will never work.
I know, they've been around for a while, and it's just the white ones.
Darn it. Yeah, ML120 Pros. So these 3 will be on the AIO. Got 3 in the case. RGB, IQ. Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. Yep, and like you said, that card is professionally validated for all the Adobe suite, I believe.
Sure.
Which will be...
I have no evidence backing that, but I will go with it. I know for some... I know SolidWorks, I think AutoCAD validates it, some other stuff. I'm pretty sure at least Premiere does, but anyway.
Sure.
It's a professional card for professional uses. And if NVIDIA ever asks, you have never played a game on it, because it is illegal to game on Quadros.
It is not illegal to game on Quadros.
Connor, why are you spreading this information?
It's just not optimized.
No, you can actually game. You can game, but as Connor pointed out, it has a different target workloads than gaming. So they don't have as high core clocks. They have typically more and faster memory. And
on one of these are only on the Asus e-gaming boards, but I really want to install an M.2 vertically. It comes with a bracket for it, and I want to get a computer where we have to do like 4 M.2s and have to do one vertically.
All right, so Edward, if you're listening, No, I don't like them vertically. I like the dim.2s. Those are pretty neat.
I like the dim.2s. Those are nice.
And they're easy to get at.
Yep.
A lot of time too. But, what am I looking at? Power? An 8-pin? 2 8s?
2 8s.
I thought so.
I forgot they moved those over there.
Yeah, we're using Intel, so 2 8-pins.
Yeah, basically every.
And that's why we have a 360 water cooler.
Do you have a sharp screwdriver? Oh, wait.
No.
Do I have a... Nope, that's a flathead.
I
That
do
definitely
not.
won't be.
I have Be Quiets and I have the Blue Boy. Which might have a sharp tip in it, if you want.
I think it may.
Go for it. I don't know where the black one is. Probably over with Chris.
Chris, do you have the other screwdriver?
The black rotary boy.
No.
Alright, well, it's lost to the seas.
It may be up here under stuff. We'll find it later.
Gone but not forgotten.
But not forgotten.
Smells like new power supply.
Luckily, this has other bits stored in the handle.
Yes. Life hacks. Alright. Which one of these? Okay.
It's a screwdriver, but they couldn't get the threads right on
That's weird. The 24-pin. I've seen this more commonly, where it's like split on the power supply end, but these install back to back instead of next to each other.
Oh,
I'm just not used to it.
that is kind of odd.
I mean, it's fine. I'm just not used to it.
Yeah. That is kind of strange.
I might actually split the rails that they're on. That might be why.
Interesting. So this board actually has an M.2 fan slot. It's labeled M.2 fan.
Yeah. Well, you have to think that all A and B boards already have all the X570 boards already have an M.2 fan in the motherboard.
True.
So I guess if you're running Intel and you want some additional chipset cooling or M.2 cooling.
Yeah, because Intel does not have 4.0 yet, right?
They do now on the 11. Although I don't know how many existing boards are validated for it.
True.
I think there are new boards.
I think there are.
I don't know. I didn't really care when I saw it.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with too much.
I watched like the release day videos of like the 11-700, 11-900, and I was like, okay. And then I just stopped caring.
And then we
Because
just stopped.
It's literally just them delaying until Alpha Lake comes out, which actually might be something useful. Instead of just 14 nanometer plus. Rocket Lake was supposed to be 10 nanometer originally.
Was it actually?
Huh?
Was it actually?
Yes, but
I did
because
not know
this is
that.
kind of why it's a weird thing, is because it got delayed so many times, 10 nanometer, they backported Rocket Lake to 14 nanometer. So that's why there's no real improvements. Yeah, it's just sort of a weird thing.
That is kind of strange.
It really has no
Honestly,
reason to
didn't know that.
exist. I'm gonna have to sneeze here in a second.
Hey, Chris, you want to introduce yourself? Bless you. There you go.
No.
One more?
Nope.
You
Just one.
want to introduce yourself over there, then just sitting in the corner of the...
I mean, sure. People keep going and sneezing.
Yeah, you got to speak up, though, because the microphone does not pick you up
I
very well.
know, but if people go and sneeze...
Hey.
There's just one.
Chris,
Shoot. No.
I'm Chris. I run the show.
Allegedly. Run, I think, that's a strong word.
Own the business.
I mean...
Go with that.
We'll give it to you.
Well, yeah, we'll give that one to you. No argument on that one. I was going to say, ironically, we don't have any parts that are violet colored on this, but then I remembered that we have RGB fans,
Yeah.
so technically we can make it violet.
Yeah, we can. How does this? There's screws back here? Yeah, okay. I was like, how do you get this shroud out so you can actually install a power supply?
Oh, yeah, that's got the shroud, doesn't it?
You gotta take these thumb screws out before you can install power supply. You can't just slide it in there like most cases.
I would say go ahead and leave that shroud off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because,
That's like a buttoning touch
yeah.
when it's all booting.
Because that's going to be a pain in the butt to try to plug, route cables and things through it and all that jazz.
Third one. Gosh darn it. Well, there's a grommet under the shroud, but like...
Right, no, I mean like plugging things into the bottom of the...
Yeah, the bottom of the board. There we go. Shroud out. Screws in
RAM.
the
How to
tray.
install RAM.
I've taken like 20 thumb screws out of this already. You see this?
Oh my gosh.
Shroud out.
Alright.
Slide it. Slide.
I watched a video on why you're supposed to install RAM in the slots that you're supposed to install them in.
Yeah.
It's actually very fascinating. It's all without. There's no easy way to explain it, unfortunately, because you have to like really dive into the video and things. But it's basically all about like power waves and such, and it hitting certain like waves and such, because then it allows a closure point, and thus allows the cycle to run faster.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a very fascinating video, and honestly, like, the issue is it's one of those videos where, like, you have to pay attention in the first, like, minute,
Yeah.
because it then builds upon and builds upon and builds upon.
Yeah, I watched a video once on how ECC error correcting works, and that is also pretty confusing.
Yeah, it's one of those videos where it's like, wow, this is like quantum mechanics.
I also watched a guy build his own graphics card with nothing but Arduinos and breadboards. Or not Arduinos.
I've seen
just
that video.
straight, like microcontrollers.
Yep,
and
I've seen that
breadboards.
video.
Yeah, it's a really good video. The guy's much too smart for... I mean, I could understand it, but only because he was explaining it so clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make your... You know what? We don't need GeForce. I'm going to get a whole bunch of breadboards. And I'll be able to draw a single bird.
Yeah. Moving? No, just bird.
Yeah, the singular image of a bird that's manually flashed onto an EEPROM.
We'll put up the box. To...
Although he did hook it up to a regular VGA monitor.
Did he?
Aha, that's why it's named Violet. Violet is the flower of my birthday month, and Chris, my son, said the lights could be purple, so Violet is born.
There you go.
Alright, so set the lights to purple.
Yep, so...
Well, I mean...
It'll be RGB at first.
Yeah, you'll have to install IQ after you set up Windows, but... yeah.
I was so used to the Threadripper socket of this popping up. I was like, why is this not popping up? And I was like, oh, right. There's no spring tension on this one.
We out here in the Intel land.
Yep. I'm in the Intel land. The weird part about these, though, you have to install them upside down.
Well, upside down relative
To the
what?
text.
Yeah.
You know, but that always throws me off, because it's like, where's the little triangle? Usually it's in the bottom left, and it's like, oh, this is in the top right.
Yeah, it's alright. Just gotta look for the triangle.
Yeah, just gotta look for the triangle.
With AMD, you're actually facing the text straight up when it's in there.
Yep.
Even though it seems like it's 90 degrees. What was I gonna do next? Well, the power supply's in there. I can sort of figure out these while you're waiting.
Oh, hey, since this is Intel, the screws for the cooler just screw directly in. There's no back plates.
Straight into the PCB?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there may be standoffs, but there's no bracket like
Yeah,
backplate
yeah.
bracket. So if you want to hand me that whenever you get a sec, and then that way I
The
can-
cooler mounting?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just run some of these
Awesome.
cables. I'll have to open the cooler here. But then I'll also get to install the fans on it, so.
I will say, I honestly do love the gaming series of Asus
Something-
boards. They
yeah,
say gaming,
like
but they have
even-
so many features packed into them
It's
that
it's a very high-end board. Like, you can say all you want about, like, Asus
Oh.
ROG gaming. It's for gamers, but, like, it is a very solid, like,
I mean, like,
product.
it's got 3 M.2s on it. It's got 1 U.2.
Jeez, yeah.
It's got 2 3.1 ports.
Yeah.
Two layers.
There's...
2 LANs.
They're basically just, like, the highest-end consumer boards.
It's actually got a power switch button and a code reader, which is so underrated at this point, you know? Because
Yeah.
we're not sitting there guessing based on, like,
Yeah,
well,
I
it
don't-
says RAM.
I feel like there used to be more 7-bit displays that said the actual code, and now it's like LEDs.
No,
It's
yeah,
like
now
4
it's all
LEDs. It's like,
LEDs.
good luck. Do you need the user's manual, or you think you can figure it out?
No, I can figure it out. I'm just trying to figure out.
I figured out.
I can figure out. Is this 12 volt or 5 volt RGB? Because we can plug it into Asus Aura.
Is what 12
Actually, I
volt
have it
or
right
5
here.
volt? It's Corsair.
2 gigabyte. Nope. No, the cooler. The RGB on the cooler.
Oh, I think it's.
Because it should just. This
I think
board, also cool, has 12 and 5, so it doesn't matter.
I
was
think
just
it's
kinda
gonna
curious.
be USB.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's what most coolers are.
I mean, this has RGB connectors, so that's why I was kind of curious. Cables.
Oh, it's probably for fans.
Yeah, it could be.
I will double check.
And then
the
look,
manual.
hey, a 3-pin. Here you go.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Is this 2011?
2066.
2066. Alright, I'm gonna need the manual because I just have literal, like...
Yeah, pump power connectors at board. Alright, here you go.
That was horribly unfortunate.
Feels bad.
That's a feels bad moment. Well, there's gonna be one screw down somewhere. I like how it looks. So they're nice and they're like, look, here's 2011, but then that's the only bag that they gave you.
Oh. It might say like use the 2011 hardware for.
Alright, so it's got the Intel bracket already on it.
That's good.
Okay, this has a square spacer if it's needed. Okay, so it's 2011 or 2066.
That's what I was guessing. Yeah, they're very similar.
Yeah.
It's just updated version. 2011's older.
Oh gosh. Okay. This is my first time using this, so we're all gonna go along with a ride.
It's funny because yeah, I've installed one. Connor has not.
Yeah, Andrew has. I haven't.
2066.
I get my word. Huh?
When did you do it?
I didn't for X299. I installed the same cooler just on AMD,
Oh.
which is like, it's just a different backplate basically. Yeah. So I'm gonna install it like that.
So, they give you washers
Yeah.
in the bag for 2011 and 2066, and they don't tell you where they go.
Ooh wee. I wonder how that. Oh, it should be okay. I wonder if these tubes are gonna interfere with that DVD drive, or rather DVD drive. We might have to move that down to the
We
lowest.
can't. The top one is actually mounted in the case, like hard mounted in the case.
What do you mean the top one? The top 5 1/4?
Yeah. So this.
No, the
yeah,
actual
so
drive
Actually,
is-
it's up here.
yeah,
so
we
yeah,
could
we're
just
good.
move
Yeah,
it
we can
down.
move that one down.
If needed.
There's another 5 1/4 bay up top, but it's only like very cut off short.
Yeah, that's for the I/O. That's where the USB ports are.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not worried about that.
I just love how they're like, look, here is washers, but look, we don't tell you where the washers go.
Well, theoretically, the washers go between the PCB and whatever you're.
Yeah, I think the washers are supposed to go behind the metal bracket, which we
Yeah.
are not
If
using.
they're plastic washers, then yes.
Yeah, they are.
Because conductives.
Read the manual.
Oh, I will want were there rad fan screws in there?
Yeah,
box I
there's
gave
long
you?
ones. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna need those long boys in a minute.
You do not need those. Here you go. You need those without a head.
No, I want the fan ones.
I know, it's a joke.
I would have a very tough time screwing them in.
You would have a very hard
There's no
time.
head on the screw. Or no bit.
These are actually really nice screws.
Yeah.
Like, they're coated.
That's what I
Wow.
noticed when I was installing that one in our rig. Is like, why are these screws nicer than like what's in my car?
Right? Like, you're not wrong. Alright, so we need
What do we have?
those.
I think they're
Cool.
alloyed.
I think they are too. They're definitely coated with something.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that? One of the screws screwed itself into the bottom of the mount
Huh.
in shipping. Like,
Uh,
I'm trying to show this. So this is what the normal screws look like, or the, I guess, mounts with the spring
Yeah, the
already
spring
attached.
is-
And then this one actually a screw screwed itself in.
I mean, I guess if you get
Like
jostled,
more than one turn too. 1, 2, so almost 2 full turns.
if you get jostled enough,
That's
I
impressive.
guess, yeah, you know.
I mean,
The
I'm more
law-
impressed that they used the same threads all the way across too.
Was it like the law of infinite?
Possibilities?
Yeah.
Or probabilities, I believe. Yep.
Probabilities.
The law of infinite probabilities.
So we're gonna be exhausting out the top. Okay.
That's also, that law also states that if you wash your laundry an infinite amount of times, that it'd come out all folded
Yes.
perfectly.
Yes. That's how most people look.
And that's a big X to doubt.
I am still waiting.
Yeah. It says.
I don't mind doing laundry. I mind folding laundry.
Oh, hey, I guess,
But
screwing
most
in.
of it now I just hang up, which is Even lazier when you're hanging up t-shirts.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm gonna give you these screws in your magnetic parts tray. Those are the small ones to mount the radiator to the
rad to the case.
Yep. Rad screws.
Rad to the case. Rad to the case. Fan time.
What are you talking about?
I told you I was already hungry. I'm like, I'm losing the plot.
No, you're just going off the rails at this point.
Everybody clap the hands.
Do you have the case screws?
I do. Would you like to see them?
Can you hand me the few for the...
I will hand you the box.
Oh, yeah. They come
Because
in a box.
Fantex puts them in a box. Honestly, the most underrated feature of any case ever.
It really is.
Putting them in an organized box. I don't even care if it has labels. Like, as long as they're organized like that, that's such a big difference. Happy? Do you want me to take out the 2.5-inch mount so you can install the drive in the mount?
Is there a mount?
There's 2.5-inch mount up front that we were going to use for that.
I was going to do the one in the back.
Chris requested we use the one in the front.
We use the one in the front, Chris?
So what?
You want to use the one in the front? Or the one in the back?
Front, please, if we can.
I mean, that's going to be a pain in the butt for cable
I
management.
realize this.
It's okay, Connor will work actually.
Yeah, I just
I
work...
would prefer front, if possible.
Is this an all-glass front?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It'll
It's
look
better
very
than
nice.
front.
Can you hand me the thing? The bracket.
Oh.
Yeah, you're like, the thing!
Yeah.
Be more specific.
What are words anyway?
See, the only reason why I kind of argue with Chris is because, like, I like doing cable management. I like doing the best job possible.
Yeah, it's a very selfish argument.
It is. And putting it up there makes more cables visible, which makes my job much harder.
Yeah, I mean, you can still make it look good. It's just
Does it clip in this way and then slides that way, or does it clip in this way and slide that way?
you put the big holes are where the screws go, and then you slide it to the smaller holes.
Yes.
Does that answer your question?
I'm saying which side does it slide into, because I need to figure out which side to put the things on.
well, the metal bends away from the case. Just go look.
I'm just gonna look at this one.
This is going to take me longer to explain.
Okay, so it goes that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I technically could route the cables back. Oh, no, I can't. There's not enough space.
Yeah. Plus, you'd be messing with the fan area.
Yep. And then you get the
same
infamous
cable on your
wub wub
fan.
noise that you never want to hear because a zip tie something is like...
Yeah. Or say the
In the
cable
fan,
in
yep.
the fan. Another nice feature of these AIOs, they have a rubber strip along the mount points.
Oh, that's so
the,
nice.
The fans will.
That's also such a cheap but like effective way to reduce vibration.
It costs them more to install it there than it does for the rubber strip.
Yep.
That's a lot of product design is based on the manufacturing effort, because like less things than you think are automated. This cooler didn't roll off a fully automated line.
Nope.
They had people installing those rubber strips and doing all that.
But like that's such a nice feature, and it
is.
costs like pennies for them to implement.
Oh yeah.
If not even cheaper than that.
Yeah,
but-
like the labor costs more than the rubber. The labor is basically free.
Yeah, that's a nice little touch. I honestly did not know that about that one.
Yeah, and
I've
there's
seen
also
these.
this.
I actually really like the.
I believe. Actually, I don't want to say that because I don't know how true it is. But you see this here.
Yeah, that's fill port.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
It is a
well,
fill port.
It's more of a refill port.
Yeah, it's a
than
top
fill
off port, if you will.
Because over time, AIOs, although they're sealed, they'll still lose some liquid to evaporation. So, being able to top it off may expand lifespan.
I like how they add slots here for cables, but there's no way that you're fitting a SATA cable.
Oh, you could.
No, not a SATA
Yes.
power cable.
Yes, the very
You've seen how chunky these
the
things
very
are.
end of one. Yeah, you totally can.
Nah.
Yes.
Uh-uh.
Well, I'm gonna do it. You're being
I
so
mean, you're
dramatic.
welcome to.
You're being so dramatic. He's just upset he had to use the front.
Alright.
There's a backdoor joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and install the motherboard.
Okay,
I'm
good
just
plan.
chilling here. I'm like, I might as well.
Yeah. I pre-ran the 24. You might want to pre-run the 8-pin, actually.
Both of them?
Both of them. Actually, they're not in the top left.
They're in the top right.
That might be slightly more accessible.
Yeah, I'll still.
Since there's no AIO in there yet. Definitely plug it in before the AIO goes in.
Yes. That is absolutely desperately needed. I'm gonna disappear now for the next, like, probably 20 minutes.
I already have like, I'm like 60% sure we're gonna have to move that DVD drive down, but we'll see. It won't be the end of the world.
This will not work, Andrew. Because
Yeah,
it'll pinch the cables because you have to put it this way and it's a 90.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It will not break.
We can do it with this one. Like that one's a straight.
It will not break it if you put the end one in there. I'm telling you.
I'll trust you. I'll trust you.
If that cable like breaks doing that, I take full responsibility. Did we ever build left
So we
facing?
definitely could.
It's just based on
find a
case.
that is a left-facing model.
Are we talking like inverted ATX?
I believe so.
Intel tried to do that a few years ago, and no one really followed them.
Yeah, they really didn't.
I believe makes cases that are the other way around.
What's that waterproof case? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's water and dust proof for like
No.
actual workshop use.
But like that actually sounds great.
Linus has a video on it. It's a few years old. I think it might have been. No, I know who it was. Of course, it was Silverstone.
That does not surprise me.
Of course, it was Silverstone.
Why
Yeah, they
not?
have a fully, like they took a garden hose and were spraying the case while it was turned on.
That does not surprise me. Silverstone is like one of those crazy companies, like crazy in a good way,
I
because
love
their R&D
Silverstone.
department is like, yes.
Yeah, they slam back a 40 ounce and they're like, "What if we made a waterproof case?"
Do it, Jim. You're approved.
Yeah, but that was an inverted ATX case because
Honestly?
in that situation it helped keep the water out.
Though I would love to work in like that kind of a department of just like, yes, there is no wrong answers.
Yeah, that's a real creative environment.
Yeah, that is. I mean, the issue would just be running out of things to do.
Yeah, Silverstone has made some really cool cases.
They really have. I wish they just
And to
weren't
me,
so like limited.
Their
production.
designs don't ever look out of date to me.
No.
Like I could look at a Silverstone case from like 10 years ago and still look pretty modern from the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yup. The main ones that aged really terribly are like the old Corsair cases.
Cooler Master.
Cooler Masters.
Everyone knows the Cooler Master half stacker.
Yup.
Whether you know what it is or not, you have seen it.
Yeah,
And
you
it
have
looks
absolutely
very
seen it.
old. Got a 200 mil in the front. Oh gosh, it's got just no filtration, just like holes everywhere for some reason. Because that was their idea of airflow at the time.
The Corsair has one of those because I have that case actually as one of my server cases.
Yeah. Back then it was like airflow, just put more holes in the metal. And that whereas now you see a lot of mesh
Yeah, you see a lot of mesh and things.
and filtered intakes and whatnot, you know.
You would not like one of my family picture server
Yeah.
is in a case that is so bad. It's
Well,
in like a custom old Leonili case that like has literally zero ventilation.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
It had no fan mount, so I had to literally pressure fit a fan
I don't
mount.
think I put a GPU power cable in there.
No, you did. Right
I
here.
did? Okay, and there's a SATA as well, so we're good?
We're gonna need more SATAs.
Are we? You're gonna need more than
Because if we have one up here, we also need to get a few up here too, and then one in the back too.
we have to plug the Corsair thing into one of them too. Although that would
Yep.
be easier.
Yep.
Okay,
So
I'll
yeah,
just-
we need at least one more.
Yeah, here's the second harness.
At least one more.
I mentioned that I'm hungry.
Yes.
I was trying to be healthy and cook myself a lunch instead of like going and getting lunch. I was like, oh, I'll make a grilled cheese and have like some Cheetos. Except I'm not-
Healthy.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Except I never got the Cheetos out, so I had a grilled cheese and like 3 tiny cookies from Costco.
That's
And,
fair.
I
We
should
actually
usually
we
make
just got a
lunch.
pressure cooker, like an Instant Pot, the
Yeah.
other day. That literally like changed my entire cooking life.
Everyone says that about pressure cookers and air fryers.
Well, I didn't believe it at first because
Yeah.
Reagan cooked pork chops in it in 2 minutes, and I'm like, and I was like stabbing it with my little thermometer, being like, there's no way that this was done in 2 minutes.
Okay, well, you have to like, it's not 2 minutes total. Like, you have to pressurize it or whatever, right?
Yeah, but it's only like a minute to pressurize it. So 3 full minutes,
Yeah.
but that's still
I got
stupid
so
impressive.
I was inspired by Connor to try out Costco. And so this past, was it Wednesday? I went to Tuesday. I went to Costco for the first time ever. So it was
You
very
got spoiled.
interesting. It's very interesting.
It really is.
It's like, you want chicken nuggets? You can
There's
buy
5 pounds of them.
4 pounds.
Yep.
I got the Chick-fil-A imitation nuggets that Costco has. They're actually, and cook them in the air fryer.
They're
They
surprisingly good.
They have air fryer instructions on the box even.
They are surprisingly
Here,
good.
you want to throw this in?
Yeah, I mean, we got the reason why we like it is obviously Costco chicken,
Yeah.
because we got and I kid you not, 8 pounds of chicken.
It's too much chicken, Connor. It's too much.
But they came in individually prepackaged 1 pound sections.
It's too much chicken.
Guess how much I paid for it?
$14.99.
No, it was 99 cents a
Okay.
pound, so it was $9.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm like,
Is it real chicken?
I don't know. It tastes
Okay,
good.
yeah, just
so
don't ask too many questions, I guess. But so yeah, I haven't checked out the electronics department yet. I hear there's some decent deals there, so
they're not too bad.
I'll scope
One
that also.
actually really interesting thing about Costco, and I actually learned this the other day. Costco intentionally puts all of their really expensive priced items right at the front door.
yes, I've seen that.
And it's a market manipulation thing, or
I've seen
mind
saw this.
manipulation, because then you see all of the really expensive things, and you get the sticker shock of it, and then it makes the rest of the store
Yes.
seem cheaper.
Although to me, so I live alone for better or for worse. So I'm used to buying
You like
like
cat.
I'm the only one I'm buying groceries for.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
I'm used to buying like a chicken breast.
It's like one singular chicken.
So going to Costco
Oh, yeah,
and then being
Costco
like,
is like-
if you want chicken, you must buy 20 chicken breasts. I'm like, that is a lot of chicken. But
Did you see their pre-portioned stuff? Like you just throw it in the
Oh,
oven
yeah,
and
yeah.
then it's like,
over by the like the meats.
yeah. That's honestly one of like the greatest things. Dang it. Dude, I don't. Oh, maybe.
Wait, is this EPS or?
Oh, good.
I think
You
this
have
is
enough.
EPS, so we are gonna need this adapter.
No,
'Cause-
you don't need the EPS adapter.
It's
I ran it off of my dual 8-pin on my 2080 Super and it was fine.
No, like, are you saying the connector on the end is it CPU or PCI Express already?
PCI.
Oh, okay. I know like the like A6000 is EPS.
Incorrect, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't tell because they're both 8 pins, so it's tough to tell by looking at it.
I plugged in the cable that was going to my video card in that, and it was fine.
There we go. Okay, thank you. They also give you a USB-C to DisplayPort adapter in case you do need that fourth port, because there's only 3 display ports in the USB Type-C, which also features DisplayPort over hashtag not Thunderbolt, but kind of Thunderbolt. How's it going, Connor? You look frustrated.
One of the pins on the 3.0 port was bent.
Was it bent when you got there, or did you
Yeah,
then?
it was bent when I got there. Because I just tried to like push it in a little bit, and then it was like I looked
Yeah,
at it, and
then
it was
you
just
bent it
more.
further.
Yep.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that it was slightly bent. when you
Okay,
got
the
there.
3.0 connectors, can we all agree though, is just like literally one of the dumbest designs ever.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why it's so bad.
And it's so fragile.
I prefer the 2.0 connectors. Also, once the 3's in there, like, it's in there, but like, for better or for worse.
Oh yeah,
'Cause if
I
you take-
literally unplugged it once on like one of my old boards and pulled all
Yeah.
of the pins out with it.
There's a 50-50 chance you take the cable out and you just take the whole connector with you out of the board.
Again, I think I'm gonna have to take the entire motherboard out because this is just an awkward like. Yep.
No, you don't do that. You can fix it. I believe in you. He's talking about left-facing computers, Chris.
No, we're good.
You can.
I had a slight panic attack because I forgot that 3.0 had that one pin missing in the bottom right.
Does it?
3.1, yeah. Yeah, I just had to look and double check because I was like, uh-oh, the pin's missing
Yeah,
now.
I mean, you never need to look at it for keying like you do
No.
2.0, so
You know, I was like, uh-oh.
fair enough. I'm gonna take the peel off this Quadro.
Oh.
Not even a good
That's like the
feeling.
most satisfying thing whenever you bend the pins back and it just slides in perfectly and you're like, yes! You don't have to worry about it. I literally thought you just flung something across the room. I was like,
Peel
oh
off.
gosh.
And of course, because it's a Quadro, we have those stereo sync connectors, so you can do professional things like sync displays or use stereoscopic 3D, even though I don't know if anyone's using stereoscopic 3D
Yeah, I
anymore.
don't think so.
I don't know why that's. I guess just legacy.
Where does that? Oh, does it fit in right down here? That cover?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
so-
you see that hole next. Yeah.
Yep, that one. That one. And
Actually, I don't know if it's those. It might be above those. Anyway, there's sub screws.
Okay.
There's 3 of them.
Are there any cable ports? Is really the main thing that I need to.
No.
Okay. Cool. So these
You
are
have to go in
that
above the shroud. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. That
Yep, yep,
makes
yep,
life
yep.
a lot easier.
The 3.2 Gen 2 ports are awesome on motherboards. I'm assuming the front USB-C. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Stereo used for display walls. Is stereo used for display walls? I thought it was just for like stereoscopic 3D. I know the sync port is for display walls because that's how you sync multiple cards together with the controller card
Yep.
to sync the displays.
Sync is for syncing up multiple quadros. Like 10
Yeah,
monitors.
with a sync card.
Right.
Yep, that's what I said. Good old Quadros. I always wonder, like, I'm sure the local McDonald's is not running the menus off a Quadro. I'm sure it's like,
Now,
A
those TVs
Raspberry
are actually
Pi.
they're specially designed
are they?
so that it only runs off like one very basic thing. That's why if you like,
Oh.
not saying it, but that's why the viral video goes around of like when people steal TVs from Arby's and you turn it on,
Yeah,
and it
it
just
sounds
says Arby's.
I was about to say that. It's like, I got the, like, selling a TV on Facebook. It just has a Burger King menu
Yeah.
stuck on it. Hey, don't steal TVs, kids.
Oh yeah, don't.
Yeah.
But billboards are actually all right.
There's
off
also,
Quadros.
you can actually run an entire 4K 60 display off Ethernet, but the thing is the receivers and sender units are very expensive. But those are good for when you have to run a display 500 feet away from its computer. Yeah. But not usually used in consumer stuff. Yeah, the square headers, those front USB-C. Those are okay.
There's
I
many-
don't know
many
why it's not
ones.
reversible like USB-C, but you know.
Well, even though the USB-C connector isn't reversible, once you plug it into the motherboard, it's directional.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The one on the board is not
Yeah.
unidirectional, like the front. I guess you only have to plug it in once, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not like a big deal, but it's like
I just like to complain about things.
I just like to find things.
Sometimes
to
you
complain about.
just gotta complain. And this, it looks like it has an active VRM fan up there too, because we are running Intel.
Yes, it does.
And a heat pipe between the I/O shield and
Yep.
the VR.
Yep. Yeah, and the heat pipe down all through
Yeah.
here.
It's funny because like AMD has chipset cooling, Intel has active VRM cooling.
We are out of USB headers.
Like normal 2.0.
Yep.
Do any of them have a single, like only the top or bottom rows? Because you can actually combine
I
that.
thought we had the hubs.
Oh, we do have a hub.
I thought we had
It's actually right
the
there.
USB hub that I bought.
Yeah, we need them actually,
Yeah,
because we're trying to plug in 4 USBs into 2 plugs.
Do you
This
know
is why I-
when you
this is
say
why I
up
bought
there?
them.
They should be up. I remember here. I can look. I remember.
I think you're gonna have to look because this is all you
Alright,
can
I'll
find.
do USB
Yeah.
hubs.
I forgot about those. Like,
Hopefully we didn't throw them away too. We can skip.
no, we didn't. I very specifically remember like
That's good.
I would also be a
us
little
saving
upset
it
if
because I was like,
you
oh
put this in
gosh.
the trash.
I mean, we almost threw away a 5800X. So, you know.
No, we did.
It was closer than it should have been.
It was closer than it should have been. You're not wrong on
It
that.
was laden with the trash pile.
Hey, you're not wrong on that one, but all the shirts fell on too.
Yeah, I don't know who put like 20 shirts over here. But I'll come back on camera while we wait.
Oh, that was me.
What? Oh, you put all the shirts over here?
The audio on Twitch is
Oh.
like a couple seconds lag.
Why are all the shirts over here?
Because they were in the way.
Ah, they were up here. They were just
Oh,
underneath.
okay. Is it a hub or just a splitter?
It's a hub.
Oh, okay.
So, well, it's a
Those,
it's technically a splitter.
Do you know what I mean when I said only one row of pins on the headers?
Yeah.
Because there's a USB header has 2 rows of 4 pins each, right?
Yeah.
So if some lower bandwidth devices will only use
yeah,
the
that
top
one
row
only
or
has
the
top.
bottom row, you can combine 2 devices like that into one header. Because
In a
each of
sketchy
those
way
serve-
of unpinning
no,
them. And
well, you just unpin it, but each
Yeah.
of those serves 2 ports.
just unpin it. It's that easy.
So I've actually done it before and it works. So it's pretty cool if you if you have 2 devices that are like that.
No,
And
but
you
we
don't have a hub.
We actually have a little hub that then breaks us out into
Yeah.
a much nicer and cleaner way to do this.
Yeah.
But what's cool is what I like about these too is then it allows you to relocate your USBs.
Yeah. Less cables running up
And
to the bottom.
less cables running to the bottom.
Yeah, my board also, I was 1 2.0 header short, but I had an extra 3.0 header. So I bought like a stupid adapter thing that converts the big 3.0 to a small 2.0, so, you know, whatever. If it looks stupid but it works, it's not stupid.
Yeah, so I actually need 2. I need
You need-
both of these.
What? Why?
Okay, so
How
there's
many
2
devices?
for up here. For the normal IO. There's 1 for this hub.
Why does the normal I/O take 2? It shouldn't. There's a 3.0 and a 2.0.
It's got 2 2.0s.
Yeah, but that should be 1 plug.
You would
Each
think.
plug. Are you sure there's not one for like RGB or something going on?
No. Oh, that's an HD audio plug.
Oh, so you are fine.
Yeah, because then the Corsair one takes 1.
Not Corsair. Oh, the
Yes,
the
it
lighting
does.
node.
The lighting node takes 1.
Yeah.
So that's 1. Front IO 2. 3 for the 5.0, and then does that take?
I think it does. Is
A
there a
USB?
cable with what I gave you? Is there like a USB cable?
No, these are all the cables.
Okay, well, let's see. I'm trying to remember how I set up on ours.
Stand by.
That is the worst thing ever.
That is
hate it
terrible.
when that happens.
Yeah, because either we need 3 or 4. That's the
that's
issue.
right. Okay, so this can plug into. You were right earlier. I was wrong. This is not USB. It plugs into a 5 or 12 volt RGB header. On the board.
5 or 12?
They have things for each.
Oh, that's cool. We have both. So pick your poison.
Uh,
Dealer's choice, as they say.
this one is that's Gigabyte VDG.
Yeah.
And then this one is RGB 5 volt.
Yeah, I would do
So
that one
let's use 5 volt. I feel like it's slightly more standard. Does that go right into the pump header?
All right, so you do not need any USB plug.
Nope, I lied to you.
Cool.
I'm
So
sorry.
we just need.
Please forgive me.
Deny. No.
No. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Cool. That makes my life a lot easier.
Nice.
Even though we're going to be running SATA power to 14 different places on this game.
Hey, 13 viewers, holy crap.
Hey.
Hey yo.
I did not realize that.
So if you guys are just tuning in, this build.
I'm struggling. No.
If you're just tuning in, Connor is struggling as usual.
I'm struggling
He
to
is so
count how
happy.
many USB hubs.
Yeah, just like how I was when I had to do 2 builds on one night alone.
What time did you guys get done with that?
Oh, we didn't even finish. Well, it was an hour and a half in, and I just finished the last like half hour off camera
That's probably smart.
the following day. Because
The following day.
hey, it was basically 2 builds because
It
I had
was
to
2
take.
builds.
I had to move a motherboard, so it's a whole new build. Anyway, we were building Violet. This is a workstation designed for web browsing, photo editing with Adobe Suite, and 3D printing. The main considerations were a good long-term upgrade path, as well as some 5 1/4-inch bays for those old school optical medias, you know. It's centered around a 10-core i9-10900X from Intel, as well as a Quadro RTX 4000 for video acceleration and things. Got 32 gigs of RAM, 3 different SSDs, count them 3, and some other things like 360 AIO and some Corsair ML120 Pro RGB fans. That's your quick summary.
That's the TLDR.
Quick. Yeah, TLDR, we make computer do work.
Somebody mentioned putting the specs up as like a panel in slots.
Well, you know, you could go big brain, and then you can actually make commands where they can do exclamation
Yeah, that's
point
what I
specs.
said. I said just
And
use
then
a
they
bot.
can do that, and then the bot will automatically then post the thing and then link it to then the.
The page.
The page.
Yeah, because if you put it on the screen, it's going to take up a lot of real estate.
Just saying, that is an option we can do now since we are
Affiliate.
Nightbot.
affiliate.
Yes, I don't know how to do that.
Google,
Yeah, learn.
YouTube.
It's so-
like legitimately,
okay.
I have no idea how to
Chris,
do it.
there are 13-year-old streamers setting this up. I have full confidence in you. Nightbot is
Not
so
now while we're doing it.
yeah.
Oh no, I'm not doing it now.
Nightbot is so easy to use.
Yeah, it's called Nightbot, is what it is.
Well, that's one of them. Yeah, the biggest one.
Twitch.
That's the easiest one, I would say.
It's like borderline Twitch
Because
official.
I even see that on like Brandon's is all Nightbot.
Oh yeah. It's like borderline Twitch official.
Yeah, more or less. There's so many cables.
Connor, I don't want to hear it. I installed 10 RGB fans by myself. After building, I was crying on stream.
I was crying.
At times.
The donations were just pouring in, but I was just crying.
Although, all things considered, the cable management was not that bad.
That is fair.
All things considered. Even though I had to do it the next day on that one build.
The issue with this is just like finding where cables are gonna go.
Yeah.
What is that?
This is the, if you don't have an RGB header, use like the remote thing.
Oh
RGB,
yeah, the little...
Which I actually use on our PC.
I mean, I don't think we have like Aura or anything.
No, there's not.
Just got very quiet.
There might have been a gigabyte header on there, but I was not
There's
going to
not.
spend...
I don't... Gigabyte software is...
Well, it's a gigabyte board, so there's probably a gigabyte header on the board.
Yeah.
But I was not about to spend the time to look for it and plug it in. So, since it stays red for top flight,
Yeah.
I used
No need.
the manual remote, and Chris was none the wiser.
Chris is now the
It is
wiser.
a feature I'm showing off of that
he's
color.
now just like...
There's no software control on that color, by the way.
You gotta open. So you gotta open it up and click the button.
Yeah, it's on the back panel, behind the back panel.
Ah.
There's buttons for mode and speed and color.
Chris, how does that make you feel?
There's nothing wrong with it.
What?
We're not gonna change the colors on it.
No, we're never. We're never.
If you do, you can just take off 2 screws.
Yep.
Really, I'm saving our performance because there's not crap software running in the background.
True.
Because Gigabyte's RGB software leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, and it's pretty taxing.
As we mentioned earlier off camera, all RGB software leaves a lot to be desired.
You know the software that actually has messed up my computer more than anything?
Thank you.
And it's written
Aura Sync.
No, it's actually very surprising. Razer Synapse.
Actually, that doesn't surprise me.
Razer has broken my computer more times. Like, I've had to do full reinstalls more times because of Razer software.
I can't
anything.
relate because I refused to ever buy a Razer product ever. I've never owned one. I never.
So this is not supposed to turn into a bashing thing of.
But
Razer.
it is.
Do you have the little snips? Or
They're probably owned by Chris.
probably.
That's why I was cable managing last.
That's probably fair.
What do you like for?
Little yellow
Side cutters.
Oh, those are they're over there.
All right, I'm back.
Or yeah, they're over there somewhere.
Oh, they are. They were underneath everything. No, so I bought. What my logic with headsets is, I kind of buy once, cry once, in the sense of headsets and things.
But the Razer stuff is not the nice stuff.
I know.
Okay.
So I went through and was like, hey, I tried Corsair. Corsair let me down actually, because my headset got exactly a week out of warranty of the 2-year warranty and then died. Started messing up royally. So I was like, okay. And that was the highest end. That was like the Virtuosos, like the highest end Corsairs, and I was very disappointed in that.
So when you're done with the story, I have a lesson for you. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's try something else. Because I loved those headsets. So I was like, okay, and looked it up, and like apparently everyone is raving about the Black Shark V2 Pros, which is the wireless gaming headset. So I was like, okay, I'll give them a shot, you know. I get them in, the audio sounds amazing, the mic sounds amazing. I get it in Discord, and it legitimately sounds like I'm talking through like this. Like, it kills the audio, and everyone's like, oh my god, please turn that off. And I'm like, this was like $190, $60 or $70 headset. And I'm like, what do you mean the audio sounds terrible?
Yeah. So you ready for a lesson?
Yeah.
Don't buy gaming headsets.
No.
Buy something from a company that can be associated with gaming, but is not like people that started audio first are the people who make good audio equipment. Yep. You don't branch into audio and make good stuff generally.
Nope.
And so Sennheiser, Bayer Dynamic, even Bose.
Those are excessive though at that point.
My DT990 Pros were like $200, and it's their best headphones I've ever had. They're over the ear, they're comfortable. No.
You use an external?
Yes, you use a desk mic.
Or Mon mic. Mon
that's
mics are also really good.
Yeah, Mon mics are fine, but like a desk mic is what you want. Because you want consistent distance from it and consistent just sound.
Consistent just sound.
I don't like headset mics at all.
I have now a HyperX 9. No.
Cloud or something.
Oh gosh, what did I even buy?
He doesn't even know what he bought.
I don't know.
That's how bad it is.
It's got a DAC. It's got a wireless DAC. It works phenomenal.
I mean, technically, any wireless headset has a wireless DAC.
Well, this one actually has a separate
because it's a digital to analog converter, so every wireless headset
yeah,
has
but
a
this,
DAC.
you know what I mean.
Do I?
Well, it's got
Yeah.
like a visualizer, and it's got the little like EQ settings built into the thing, and it's actually phenomenal. But I forgot what it was.
My desk mic is a Audio-Technica AT2020 USB Plus. I've had it for over 5 years. It is phenomenal. I love it. Never had a single issue.
And then we're using, I
It's a
even forget,
cardboard
but
mic.
I think that's a pretty, the shotgun mic that we're using is very high.
It's a Sennheiser, right? Is it?
I think it's Rode.
Oh, it might be Rode. I don't know.
I can't remember, actually.
It was set up before I got here, sorry.
I will check.
That's okay.
I'm about 8 seconds behind.
Just don't touch it. It'll be loud.
So,
Yeah, please don't.
You'll hurt- you'll hurt.
As I pointed out in my camera.
Yeah.
I have camera.
I had a Sennheiser headset
Mine
too.
is
AC
a Behringer.
598s. They're good.
Pretty sure that's a Behringer.
I am a firm believer that all gaming headsets are inferior to what you could get away from gaming for the
Yes.
same price.
Yep.
Yes.
You're not wrong. I mean, the only I would challenge that would be like certain like Dolby 7.1 or anything like that if you're looking for very specific like surround sound kind of things.
But you can get that in a non-gaming headset still.
You can. I'm not saying that you can. I'm just saying usually though that costs astronomically more than in a gaming headset.
There's always a gaming
Yeah, a
markup.
couple $100. A lot. Okay, the average gaming headset's below $60 that everyone buys.
And
Yeah.
Hey, the HyperX is like one of the best selling. The HyperX 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah.
It's like the
It's
best
like
selling
$70.
headphones.
Yeah,
and it's
'cause-
literally like $60.
It's because of price. Yeah. It's not necessarily the best value, especially long term.
No, they break.
Like, yeah,
That's the big
you might
thing.
only
They
use it for
break.
2 years, whereas I've had these headphones 5 years, and
No, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking Bose or anything like that. I have Bose headphones that I've literally had since like freshman year
Yeah.
of college, and I had to change the ear cups on them because they're worn out.
yeah,
But that's it. Everything else still works phenomenally on them.
yeah. But anyway, this stemmed from Razer sucking. I've actually seen Razer Synapse installing itself while Windows is still installing. Like, you know how you install Windows and it reboots and
Yeah,
then it starts
yeah.
setting up on the
Yeah.
disk? I've seen it installing itself while it's still spinning, like Windows is setting up. Because they do some BS where it loads the software on the device and then the device installs the software by itself. It's actually
Does
terrible.
not surprise
Literally malware.
No, and it crashes so much. And if you guys love Razer, I am sorry, but I'm just no.
You know what else is unstable is AuraSync.
Aura's not terrible, but yes, it is.
It's
pretty
unstable.
I mean, IQ's gotten a lot better
Yes, it has.
since their big like updates and things, but
Yeah.
it's still not perfect.
Well, it had a different name before IQ. What was it?
that was Lighting Link or Lighting Link.
No, Lightning Link is still used. That's
No.
Corsair Link.
Corsair.
Yeah, Corsair
Yeah,
Link. That's what it was.
That was
not as featured.
bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say though the worst RGB software still to date has been, and it's gotten a heck of a lot better now, but it has been the G-Scale Trident Z,
Yeah. I can see that.
because it's still, I think it's still in beta.
Gigabytes and MSIs are about the same level as that, honestly. It feels like they spent like one day making the software and they're like, good enough. It doesn't have any polish on it at all. But, you know, that's fine.
Yeah, it's getting better. It's
Maybe.
bad when your
It might
RGB
be.
software just crashes your computer. Like, that's an issue.
Or when you open Task Manager using like 5% CPU to like run a keyboard.
Yeah, basically.
Which on this computer, if we have 20 threads, that would be a whole thread.
That would be.
Which is kind of funny, but.
Alright.
So I'm just stalling while Connor is cable managing.
Yeah, attempting to at least.
At least there's only 6 fans, not 10.
Not wrong.
Keep looking on the bright side.
You are not wrong, sir.
On the sunny side of life. I'll even help. Oh yeah, you have 3 more RGB fans coming still, but I'll
So the next build should take less time.
Actually, do you want me? Well, once you're at a stopping point, I can install the cooler.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
we need to do that sooner rather than later because it also has cables that need managing.
you were not wrong on that one. I'll actually put this down here. That would be big brain clothes.
Big brain.
Big brain cable management now.
We're at just under an hour right now.
Ooh, I can't. Major big brain. Yeah, basically to run this one power SATA power, I basically have to kill an entire harness just for this one.
Yeah. It's okay because the Corsair lighting thing can kind of plug in wherever back there.
Yep.
Just floating in the back of the case.
Yeah, that one's not too bad. Oh shoot, I gotta plug in all of the SATA datas.
SATA, data,
SATA. Because there's a lot.
There's at least 3.
2.
3. Wait for it.
No, that one's already plugged in.
Well, you gotta plug it in the board.
No, I already
Okay.
did that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking actual SATA cables themselves.
Yeah.
I know what you're going for, and then I was like,
There are 3.
There are 3. You are not wrong.
Which is like 300% more than most computers have now. Is 300% of 0 3? No.
No.
It's not. But
Sadly, it is not.
I wonder how long until boards stop including SATA. I would give it another 3 to 4 years.
Well,
Maybe 5.
so people might still want to put hard drives in there.
Yeah, but that's, again, still kind of temporary until flash drives are big enough and cheap enough that
Well,
the hard drives make no sense anymore.
but the problem with M2 is that it still needs slots and PCI lanes. And lanes are the
There's SATA in too.
well, still based on the board.
It's already. What do you mean for the slots?
Yeah.
They can just put them where the SATA ports are. They don't have to lie vertically along the board. You can stick it straight up out of the
Well,
board.
if your board doesn't have those vertical slots,
Oh yeah, but they will.
I don't think that the normal SATA connection is going to go away for a very long time.
It will within the next 5 years, just like IDE did. You know, it gets replaced.
Yeah.
And well, that's on new boards, new consumer boards. Enterprise stuff could very well still include it for a long time, because
Enterprise.
because enterprise data center hard drive, you know, all that stuff. But like new enthusiast boards will just like they stopped including PCI slots too. You know, they got replaced by better stuff. Good old PCI. Do you remember what graphics cards plugged in before PCI Express?
No.
AGP. Accelerated Graphics Port? No, it wasn't port, it was something else.
Protocol?
Maybe. It might have been protocol. There was only one AGP slot ever on a board. But yeah. Good times. Because PCI slots, fun fact, fun trivia. If you have a motherboard with 4, 5, 6 regular PCI slots, so not PCI Express, those all share the same link to the chipset CPU, which is 144 megabytes a second. So like if you run a gigabit, you can barely run a gigabit PCI card, but if you did, that's basically all your bandwidth if you're using it. Yeah, AGP. U.2 could replace SATA. I don't know. Can you run regular SATA over U.2, or is it only?
You can run SAS over YouTube. Think.
Yeah, you can. I don't know if SAS drives will move to consumer though. I think they would have done that already. So my prediction is either M.2. They might make some sort of cable formed of M.2, but I think the gumstick drives are here for a while.
Yeah.
So.
I tend to agree on that.
Especially because they can make some super small ones. Like there's
you're
there's
talking
very
data
nice.
density though is insane.
Oh yeah, if you only need one of them to get 10 terabytes on the board, you know,
yeah, it's
you don't
stupid.
need a lot of the slots.
All right, that cable, pretty sexy actually.
It's not bad. See, it fit through there. What did I
It
tell
did.
you? What did
It
I
did.
tell you?
See, it worked.
Yeah,
Yay.
Chris, you have no say in this. Chris is just over here like,
okay.
yay, we're
Let's
celebrating.
put the rat in.
Hold on,
Well,
let
once
me
you're done with
plug
that.
in.
Once you're done with that.
I now need that one. I was like, I know it's somewhere up here.
Good old optical drive, DVD read writer. Because you can buy optical drives that do not write; they only read. Which-
Really? I did not
Oh yeah,
actually know that.
Oh yeah, like when CD drives, CD-ROMs were first becoming a thing. It's a CD-ROM drive, read only. So
Huh.
there's
I didn't think of that, but
you
yeah.
see like CD-RW.
Mm-hmm.
So those are disks that can be written to. Whereas if you get software on disk, it might be just a CD-R, a single use. But yes, there are optical drives that are only readers and not writers. Nowadays, they're mostly writers too.
Alright, so that's all plugged in. That's all good. I'm just trying to think of like what do I need to run up here before we.
Man, I gotta sneeze again in a second here.
Oh shoot! Do we need to move this down?
That's what I was asking. Well, we might have to when we try to fit
we
this.
I guarantee you we have to.
Where's the third 120 end at the top relative to that DVD drive?
Well, let's see. This is 1, 2. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
Oh yeah. That's
All right, so now Sid
All
might
right.
walk on
Stay
into
tuned
that.
while we spend 20 minutes now relocating the.
Because we used a 360 instead of a 240.
Hey,
or
but
280.
hey, that one screw is now not coming to bite me in the butt anymore.
We could use a 280 and had almost the same surface area, but you know.
But hey, more fans. That's nice.
Yes, a third RGB fan is in effect now. Anyway, I just think that Jeremy Clarkson gift. Oh no! Anyway,
You know he's filming a farming show now?
no, but that's hilarious.
He actually owns a family farm, and that they did a whole like big show on it. I'm like, Jeremy Clarkson, like.
I just wanted to picture he's driving a Porsche 911 around the farm. Old Jeremy.
That's in. So this can now get clipped back in. Yeah, and this is the point of the stream where we run out of things to say.
Yep. Just thinking about dinner.
Chris, pull up a random topic generator.
Right. That might not be bad. That might not be a good idea.
Yeah, fair.
How would it be a bad idea?
It could be something we know nothing about,
This, yeah, it's
Well, I
true.
wouldn't do that.
or I could pretend like I know things about it.
We can just fudge it, and then we just play the game of like have chat guess if we actually know what we're talking about.
If it's not computers, probably.
Yeah, really. Cars, even at that, we little bit of knowledge, but not much.
Pretty rough.
Yeah.
I think you would do pretty well with like woodshop talk.
I probably could. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the difference
Not
between a
wrong.
bandsaw and a table saw. One's in a table.
The thing that I learned about the other day is a radial arm saw.
I've seen those before. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. They're pretty.
I have not. Like I obviously
make
I
some-
knew that they were around, but I didn't know that's what they were called.
You can make them some very difficult cuts with those. They couldn't make
Okay.
otherwise. Let's see, that wasn't too bad of it.
No, it wasn't. I mean, luckily we didn't have a crazy amount of screws to screw in for it.
Yep.
So like that was actually really
Yep.
painless. Needless to say.
If it's a big bandsaw, it's probably not on a table. It's probably freestanding, so it wouldn't be on the table.
Bandsaw, yeah. But yes, there are smaller bandsaws that are on tables.
Yeah. And there's also scroll saws sit on a table, So you could argue that a scroll saw is a table saw.
Scroll saws, yes, do technically sit on the table.
But now we're just getting
into the technicalities of like.
Scroll saws. I can never get those freaking scroll saw blades to like tighten.
Really? Oh, I have a scroll saw and it's by far my favorite tool. Because it's by far the least scariest tool in the shop.
Yeah, well, every time I had to like take the blade out and put it back in, I couldn't get it tightened right. Mm-hmm. So it was just vibrating all over the table like crazy. It's like, okay, my scroll saw is going for a walk now.
The funny part is though, like now that I have a big like CNC router and stuff,
yeah,
it's like, oh hey, look, I need to make this really oblong crazy cut. Click. Okay, yeah. Now I'm gonna go make.
So now I have drawn that in Illustrator, and we're done.
Exactly. It's like now that I actually drew that up, we go bye-bye now.
Yep.
Alright, so that's good, that's good. Yep, let's go ahead and install the radiator.
Sounds good.
Because that'll then give me the rest of the cables that I need.
Yeah.
For everything, and in theory we should be kind of...
Until we find out install the fan cable backwards.
Yeah, we installed something backwards somewhere. Guaranteed.
Alright.
Like, no question.
Oh yeah, I need those screws still too. Or you put them
in there.
Okay. Nice.
Heavy case.
Gets heavier once you put stuff in it.
Yep. Here, you may want thermal paste.
Just bareback.
Hey, it's recommended.
Well, I'm just melting.
But not
needed.
At
the moment, I'm just melting the rad, so not quite yet.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I will melt the cooler after I melt the rad. Uh-oh.
Well, here's 3 of your screws.
I'll say uh-oh.
Screw this in.
Oh, I have to take this like mesh thing off the top.
How do you buy these and knock them down?
Wait, does this have a removable rad mount? No. How do I get to the screw holes?
The top goes off.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what lets it remove. I guess these screws back here, maybe.
Here's your magnet first right here. Toss those in there. I'm going to try to find the other one that now just disappeared.
There's 2 screws on the back.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. And a 1.
Ah, there it is. That one went far.
If you didn't find it, I was going to send you to Lowe's to find the replacements.
I don't think you could with those. Because these are the ones with the springs.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you. Alright. Now, take this mess. Oh, I'm gonna have to like go this side first. What are you doing?
The jet is flying, Chris. There we go. Oh, dang it. It's too big. I can't get it.
No, I see it in your camera.
Yeah, I knew I could get it in that camera, but...
That was weird.
That one apparently fell off. That used to be back up there, but again, you guys couldn't see that since we've swapped over to the... 2-person cameras.
This is hard to position.
We'll be swapping back to the original, which the OGs will remember.
Oh, this
the top cam. This camera used to be up above us looking down, and then that camera over there that Andrew has used to be...
This is going to put so much stress on this poor 8 pins.
Oh, yeah.
What?
It's going to crush the 8 pins, basically.
We could pull some of the slack out of them. That may help.
They're already bent at 90 degrees. I may require your assistance.
Yeah. You sure? Let me know.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Other than that, it's just going to be sitting down and cable managing for the next 14 hours and 17 minutes.
That's very specific.
Yes. Gotta get that overtime pay, right, Chris? Yeah.
Chris barely likes to pay us regular time pay. Come here. Okay. Get one in. Then I won't have to hold it anymore. Go. It also has those rubber strips on both sides.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So
Wow.
you can install the fans on each side and it'll not
Help
vibrate
dampen
against the case.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Good job, Enermax.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10. Mind you, their mounting mechanism was kind of complicated. Their instructions were rough.
Instructions could use some slight.
I mean, truthfully though, like instructions are by far the hardest thing to get right.
After 2 or 3 times, it's probably muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, I to Enermax's credit, instructions are by far the hardest thing to do and to get like right. Lego is the only company that I know of that actually does instructions like perfectly. Because Lego instructions you could give to literally anyone of any language of any age and they'll be able to understand it. Like no questions. And that is like the golden standard of instructions. Yeah.
Come on, go.
It's pretty interesting.
Pretty interesting. What's the biggest Lego thing you've built?
I actually have the Lego Bugatti.
Oh, that's right. I've seen it a lot.
Yeah,
actually.
you've seen that one actually. That was 900 pieces, I think.
Although it wasn't fully assembled.
No,
when I
that
saw
one
it.
was that one's also like the Technic set, so it's got more of the like weirder pieces rather than just bricks.
It's not like a regular vanilla
Yeah,
rectangle
Correct.
Legos. Yeah.
I really want the number one. I want the Saturn V rocket. Because
Okay.
I saw a guy on Facebook, and it was the most genius idea. He took a cabinet from IKEA, like one of the glass ones,
Yeah.
and put it on. He only put the bottom shelf on, and then he put the rocket there, and then he took like RGB strips and kind of snaked them down, and then covered them with like cotton and stuff, and then made it look like
yeah,
it was like
launching.
blasting off.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like really creative and very easy to do. That's actually not too bad. That's like $100. But in the world of Lego, that's not bad.
Have you been to one of the Lego lands?
No, I haven't. I've been to the Lego stores and then almost proceeded to then,
No, I'm
drop
talking-
like almost $1,000.
I'm talking
like
Lego lands.
No, I haven't.
I went to one in the one at Disney in California. It's pretty crazy. There's like it's next to kind of a bay of a river thing, and inside the river they have a giant Loch Ness monster or like a sea dragon they made out of Legos.
It's pretty impressive, like watching those shows where they do all the Lego stuff.
Yeah,
It's absurd.
it is absurd.
Chris, we need to buy a bunch of Legos and make a computer case out of it,
There
and
are-
then sell it as like the first Lego commercially available computer case. And then all we got to do is just send them a picture of the case and then just say, "Here's your instructions."
One of Lego's biggest legal battles is over 3D printing of Legos.
Oh, I didn't think of that, but yeah.
Yes,
that
if
would
you
be-
search for Lego on Thingiverse, you may get some results from like tags, but like people can't really call it Lego.
No, you
That's
can call them like
trademark.
building bricks.
Yeah,
and things.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Universal building bricks.
I will say it is like fascinating to me that Lego bricks are literally just work on interference fits, basically.
Yeah, I mean it's strong.
Like that's literally the entirety of Lego is just an interference fit, tension fit, basically.
Yeah, I mean realistically, no one's gonna 3D print 10,000 Legos. It's not.
No, it's not feasible.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think I wish, and there's a lot of companies that did it. Asus tried. They went through and it was the 6 series, Intel 6 series, like the 6700K and all that jazz.
Uh-huh.
The motherboards, they shipped STL files along with the motherboard to like print fan brackets and to print like extra parts and things. And it was a cool idea, but nobody ever did it.
I told you about this recently. My Thermaltake Core P3 has STLs online for stuff.
Yeah.
And I used one.
Yeah. Yeah, but this was like a real big push that they did for it of like, look at all the accessories you could print.
Yeah. And people
But-
are like, why didn't you just vacuum mold this part?
That was exactly what it came out to, because it was like, look, and they were critical parts. So it was like, oh, your M.2 stand thing. It's like, why would you want to print that? I want my M.2.
Well, most people still don't have ready access to a 3D printer.
Yeah, that's also
And it's just cheaper to like regular manufacture parts and
just mass
access that.
produce them for pennies on the dollar versus,
Yeah, exactly.
even 3D printing is pretty cheap, but it's still, I would say it's probably
Compared
10 or 15 times the cost.
Compared to
of
real
injection molding.
manufacturing costs, yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So it was kind of the thing.
Well, depending on the part. I will say it's very much dependent on the part.
Yeah. At the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was like, oh, you can 3D print face shield things. But, like, it's way cheaper and faster just to use actual industrial.
Yeah, and just make a mold of it. That's like
Yeah.
200 grand, or it's like 20 grand to make the mold, but then you could easily make that back in time.
Yeah,
saved.
you make them fast and easy. And more reliably.
And usually stronger. I mean, I will say 3D printing has gotten a lot better with the different kinds of filaments and such.
Mhm. But by the nature of 3D printing, it can only be as strong as in one direction.
Yep. Absolutely. In whatever basically grain structure it is, more or
Yeah.
less. I saw one guy, there's a new filament out that is like completely stretchy and like squishable.
Uh-huh.
And it confused the living daylights out of me because I was like, no. 3D printing is meant to be like a solid object. And he takes the skull and just like squishes it completely and then it bounces right back. And I was like, how?
Yeah. There's some, I know TPU is a semi-flexible one. There's some cool stuff out there.
Well, like I've seen some semi-flexible ones. This one is like fully...
Have you seen in person a imitation wood filament?
Yeah, I've actually used them.
They have some normal wood in them, but yeah, they're
Yeah.
cool. Although
It smells like wood.
yeah, you shouldn't use a regular brass nozzle with it because it will.
Yep.
What was that?
It also burns like wood too, which is actually quite surprising.
Where did this come off? I don't know where that just came from. Anyway,
It's metal.
well, yeah, thank you. All right, so the cooler is. We can tighten these down, and I'll pass it back to Connor so he can manage all these wires I just left hanging.
Did you at least feed him through the back?
No, I
before-
did not.
Oh gosh. And is this just payback
Yes,
for me not
I was
being
about to say it's literally payback.
for just me not being here for those few streams?
Yeah, I was talking to myself. I talked to Chris some, but
Yeah, it's hard doing it solo.
oh yeah,
Like it is hard.
2 bills.
Yeah.
3, 2.5, 3.
2.5, 3. Wasn't my fault. Okay.
I know. I'm still gonna bust your balls.
That's very fair. I would do the same for you anyway. So it's
Good.
like there would be no excuse really, except just like my car got in a wreck or something, and then I would be like, okay, understandable.
Yeah. I'll take the peel off. There you go. Knock yourself out.
No. I'm just checking to see kind of where the
I don't know where it came
thing
from.
came from.
It just fell. I don't see any spot where it would have been. Well, it
Not
must not have been important.
Yeah. If it was there for a reason, it's not anymore, and it's fine.
Yep.
What the heck, though? Like, now I'm just more, you know, like, investigative, this is interesting kind of thing.
Well, yeah. I would be more investigative if we weren't an hour 20 into it. But, all I can think about is Chick-fil-A.
I found it.
Where was it? On the cooler or the motherboard?
It goes right up in here.
Oh, that's
We'll do
non-essential.
that
That's
later.
what we call non-essentials.
No, that's not even close to being essential. That's not even, like...
Yep. And I did put thermal paste on. Did I? Whoa.
Did you open the tube?
I don't think I took the sticker off the whole plate.
Did you really?
I honestly don't think I did.
Alright, that's a double check moment. Like,
Yeah, that's a double checker.
that's a definitely double check it.
I'm like 70% sure I didn't take the sticker off the cold plate. We're just gonna have a sticker with thermal paste on it.
That's how one of my buddies
I'm
killed
just
one of his
gonna laugh at me.
processors.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I smelled this like weird burning smell of like almost like plastic, and I was
yeah.
like, ew.
I've seen that too.
Dang it! You cranked this one down, but it unscrewed the stand.
I don't know
off with
why.
it, too.
I barely. It might be cross-threaded or something because I barely tightened that one, but it was very tight.
Upper right one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's wait for news. Any predictions in chat?
You did not.
Ah. Was it good contact at
It's
least?
yeah,
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
it was good contact, but yeah, it says please remove before.
Hey, at least I remembered.
Oh yeah, you cross-threaded that one, but oh,
Well, the good news is we have more
Golly.
thermal paste. Gosh, not gonna let me install cool.
you gotta use pliers on this one.
What's worse than cross-threading? Cross-threading and then tightening it.
Yep. Luckily, it should be okay. But
Yeah. Oh no, it is. totally fine.
Oh yeah, it's
So it's
threads
tough
on top.
screws, remember?
Those actually were like if those were cheap screws, that would have just sheared them right off
Yeah.
like cheap aluminum. And I dropped it. At least they're fault resistant. But hey, you want to look at the positives of this? The cleanup on the cooler is going to be stupid easy.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. You know, just be like, oh man, I got to get this all ready for this. Oh, look at that! Great, it's ready.
Perfect.
And that's what you call a good spread.
Yeah, not bad.
But
There's definitely enough on there. Just not on the right
I'm gonna
surface.
toss this back to you.
And I'll use. It looks like they gave you 2 doses of thermal paste.
Thermal
just for-
paste.
Oh, you just put it on the CPU already?
What?
You just spread it on the CPU? Oh. Just ignore me.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm having a rough time in life right now. My brain hurts. Nothing. There's enough on the CPU already that don't need to apply more. Alright, I just need those springy nuts if you would be so
never
kind.
turn the lights on. Don't
Me
cross-thread one this time,
These
please.
nuts. I'll try not to. Realistically, we'll never have to take it off again, so.
Yeah. That's the idea, at least.
But I will not cross-thread them.
Oh boy. 7:30.
RGB.
RGB fun.
Tell me why he ain't nothing but a
DMC. What'd you say, Chris?
Yeah, but we started at like 6:05. No, we did not start at 6. It was 6 o'clock when I said, "Did you?" It was 6:04 when I
Yeah,
said
and
we
we
should
couldn't
start.
pre-do a lot of like the RGB on this one yet
Yeah.
because we had the
Cooler.
cooler,
Yeah, like I did 3 of the fans, but like,
and that's like the kind of bummer.
yeah. Okay, none of these are cross-threaded.
That's good.
The bar is set low.
You can see our wonderful. Oh no, it's off screen. Perfect. I was gonna say our wonderful mounting mechanism for our plane was literally just thumbtacks on the wall, and then a bunch
Yeah.
of sticky.
Yeah, no wonder.
These
it
were
fell.
these were dollar store.
Those were sticky 3 years ago. They're not sticky now.
double-sided tape things that I think we bought like 300 or like 30 of them for like $1.
Why are we going to the dollar store so much? We also have dollar store trash bags.
Because it's right over there. So literally, you could walk to it. It's across the parking lot. Like, but yeah,
Yeah.
we have plans for the new set. I don't know if it'll all work out.
There are plans.
So,
They may
but
not manifest, but there are plans.
There are plans. How many viewers do we have, Chris?
3.
Sorry, what?
How many viewers do we have right now?
All right, cooler's back in.
Well, we got. Oh god. That. Atlantic and.
No, no.
we got
Viewers.
viewers. Oh, I am sorry. 5.
All yours.
Right over here.
5.
I was gonna say you should try to do like a poll and
Here.
for the jet, like what color? Because we were talking about that earlier. No.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
Hey Andrew.
We'll clean it up later.
That's
Actually, you work. I'll clean it up.
Yeah, that's a.
We gotta.
Well, we don't need any more, which is the good side.
That's right.
But that's unfortunate. So the Fantex box that had all the screws in it fell. What's the DF switch? Do not function.
That is
It's the eco mode.
the DS switch. It's in the manual.
I'm not gonna read it. Let's just finish this.
It's like it puts the fan on full power, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like
I'm trying to like move my chair, but my fit
Oh,
keeps
hybrid.
slipping.
My feet
Excuse
keep
me.
flipping.
So it's the opposite of the eco switch.
Let's see your source.
Interesting. Okay. Opposite of the eco switch.
Anti-environment switch.
Anti-environment switch.
Full power. I guess it's for overclocking?
No.
I don't know.
No, it's for running your thing efficiently. It's for heating your house.
It doesn't. But it doesn't generate more heat.
Oh yeah, I guess it just technically unlocks it and allows it to run
No.
hotter, faster, stronger, better.
Harder, fatter, faster, stronger. Don't give me. Kanye will sue me.
Kanye will sue you. There's zero question.
Actually, he'll sue Top Flight.
True. So keep going.
I have nothing to worry about.
You have immunity
Yes.
in this. I honestly strongly dislike the fact you didn't put these through the.
Oh, like pre-feed them.
Yep.
Wow. Everyone makes mistakes. Everybody has mistakes. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna sort screws.
Can you hand me the 3-fan splitter that I tossed to you earlier?
Yes.
5 people.
You should do a thingy. Poll. A vote.
I had to do a poll.
Google it. If there's a way. Actually, I know there's a way.
Strawpoll.me. Are those two different? No, those are the same.
Here's the poll. Okay. What are we doing the poll on?
The jet, if we want to do it out of wood or if we want to do it out of gold.
Gold?
Yeah. I
Wood or
think
metal?
But yeah, metallic colors.
Okay.
So what we're talking about, the jet that I just flew through here a few minutes ago, made out of cardboard. When we move over to the new set, which mind you, it's a black, like it's a dark gray back wall. That has some context because that's where it's going. We're debating on having it either wood colored, natural, or if we're going to have it like metallic colored. And that's kind of the debate that we're having. So the wood that we would use would be a like spalted, or not spalted, woo, like a basically like walnut, or yeah, like walnut.
Wood.
Wood. Or metal would be, I think Chris was thinking something like gold.
So, like brushed
Tacky.
Brushed aluminum, there you go.
Gold would be tacky. Like Titan RTXs.
Yeah.
So,
Those are so tacky.
duration, 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
5 minutes.
Yeah, do 5.
5 minutes.
Alright, so that's up there. Let me put this pliers back up here to hold this down.
Okay.
Oh shoot, I have not plugged in even the front panel connectors yet.
Ooh, I can vote. Nope, it wants me to sign in. Never mind. Didn't plug in front panel headers?
Nope.
Darn
They're
it.
the connectors.
Yeah.
I just saw them and was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, we would know when we try to hit the power button. And nothing happens.
Then we'd cry a little bit. Mind you, the graphics card is so tiny that like this would
Yeah,
probably
it's literally
be,
a single
like, fine.
slot. It does not.
And be like, oh darn, that's unfortunate. Well, here you go, it's plugged in.
Oh no! Anyway.
I will say, 3 plugs, very easy, very nice. All right, all plugged in.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Oh, I need to put these back in the top. Oh, we gotta put that back on. Okay. I'm just thinking out loud.
So glad we have these.
Yo.
So there's that one. There's that one. I was like, where is my last cable? Oh, I threw it on the floor. I was like, where did I put that cable?
I threw it on the ground. That's an old reference.
I don't even know what that reference is.
Oh, that's
Lonely
old.
Island.
That is old YouTube. Happy
Oh, sorry, that was used in a Lonely Island video.
Yes. Happy birthday to the ground. That's like peak 2008 YouTube.
Is that the same time as peanut butter jelly?
Yeah, roughly. Also, my spoon is too big.
I don't know what that is.
Oh. My spoon is too big.
Half of these references I get, the other half I'm like, what the heck are you guys talking about?
This is like internet historian stuff. There's another one that I can't say the name of on stream, but it's also funny.
Yeah, we do not want to get banned.
We're not gonna get banned, we'll just get de-affiliated.
Very quickly, I imagine.
Yeah.
Alright. I feel that.
One day I'm gonna throw something that's gonna hit a fire sprinkler, and then we're gonna have a real bad time.
That's gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be.
That's gonna be a real bad time.
My freshman year of college,
I knew it was gonna be a dorm story.
Yep.
Yep.
And it was in the freshman dorms. Someone threw a football through the 3rd story window, and it clipped right above the door, the breakable fire thing, and flooded the entire dorm.
They tell you on move-in day, do not hang anything or touch these sprinklers. They will eject 100 gallons a minute of black water.
Yeah, of sludge that has been in there for many, many years.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's exactly what happened. It caused over like $20,000 of damages plus.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, dorms.
Yeah. You should really drain those every year or something.
You would think.
I mean, I guess you have to do it one by one, but
yeah.
I'm no fire marshal.
I mean, hey, it still works after however many years. So.
I guess it is still technically water that comes out.
There it is. I was like, dang, I keep losing cables in this.
Run away from you.
There is all that. I can now go up there.
I can go up there.
I can just go up there now. Alright, so those are my RGBs. The issue is I now need plugs. Yup. Sorry that this is very boring.
I wish we could hear the music too.
Right.
We start wearing one AirPod or something.
Just to listen to the music.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good music. I was
Or
listening to it the other day.
Poll
Like,
finish with one vote.
That was me.
Oh, well that doesn't count then.
Woo!
yeah, it doesn't count.
Nobody else voted.
I tried to, but it made one make me sign in. And I have 2-factor on my Twitch account.
Aluminum it is.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
it's gonna be.
I'm too
Then they
lazy.
pay for it.
Yeah, aluminum's more
choose wisely, Chris.
probably more of a pain in the rear too.
Yes, it is.
Since I don't think you're using, so you can do aluminum.
I can actually. You
Like
gotta,
8086 or not 80. That's a
you
freaking
just gotta
CPU.
do the correct feeds and speeds and the correct bits and things.
Oh yeah, you have to move at a certain speed when you're cutting metal, right?
Yeah, and so the big things is exactly like what I said. It's the feeds and the speeds.
The speeds and the speeds.
How fast it's going and how fast the thing's spinning
Yeah,
and how
from
fast
what-
you're feeding it.
From what I remember is when you're cutting metal, what the CNC is, you have to cut. You need to be cutting metal with every rotation, or else you're gonna have a bad time with your bit.
Yep.
So you have to run it like pretty quick. You can't just run it super slow.
Mind you, I have never done it, but
Yeah,
I
this
know
is-
that it is possible to do.
Yeah, it is. It's not the ideal tool. Ideally, you'd have a mill. But, you know.
Oops. Already miscounted the fans on number 6, 5, and 4, so that's always a good start.
6, 5, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mambo number 6.
Mambo number 6. Do you see that he was gonna release Mambo number, what is it? What's the current one? Mambo.
I don't know.
It's like Mambo number 9, I think.
I have no idea. I only know Mambo number 5.
There's a joke that he was the artist was gonna release Mambo number the next one if COVID kind of got all finished up.
Oh, when COVID
Or when
finished.
COVID got finished. I think it's Mambo number 9.
You're probably correct, because I have no idea at all.
I think. I very well could be wrong though. That's the big thing.
This is where we're at with the stream right now.
Yeah.
What Mambo number is it right now?
What Mambo number are we at? What's good is, though, I have all of the cables now ran and plugged in. So
That's
that
good.
means it's now, well, almost plugged in.
Almost. No 24 pin.
I need the 24 pin, the that, and then I need to plug in for some of the SATAs. But other than that, it's basically now.
Other than
tying
these 12
cable.
things, we're basically done.
Well, no, I mean now it's tying cables down.
Okay.
Because I haven't done any of that yet.
Which doesn't take more than 2 minutes. So.
No,
That was a joke, but
doesn't take that long.
it took me a while. What I found is you don't really have to think too far ahead. If you just keep tying things down, eventually it'll look fine. It's literally cable management brute force. If you just keep tying things together, eventually it'll look decent.
I mean, you're not wrong on that, but like, that's not the way that I do it.
Well, I had to do it myself, so it was just get done.
It's just getting it done. Yep.
Look, I can make these screws a tower.
Wow.
Magnets, how do they work? Nobody knows, actually. Magnetic fields are like the biggest. We have no idea in science.
Is it really?
Yeah, we understand magnetic fields, but we don't know why they happen.
It's fair. I know, like, the laws of aviation are also, like, still kind of up in
Some
the
of
air.
that is he's got the jokes.
But no, like, legitimately, like, a lot of the laws of aviation, it's like, yeah, we know it flies, we just don't really know why it
Yeah,
flies.
I think the whole lift principle is a little sketchy.
The whole lift principle
It's like
is
if
still
you have
fair.
a wing this way, it creates lift. But why? Don't ask.
It just does. We don't ask those questions, and thus we don't fall out of the sky because of it.
If you start asking, this plane's gonna come down.
Oh, that's exactly it. It's
Yeah.
like,
But anytime you attend like a scientific lecture, if you really just want to screw the person over at the end when they're taking questions, you just be like, so how did magnetic fields play into this? I think black holes are along the same lines. It's like, yeah, it exists.
oh
Here's
yeah,
what
we
it
have
does.
absolutely no idea what black holes really do.
I read like a black hole the size of a dime could destroy the Earth in like half a second.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the big thing though is like black holes are basically the entirety of our sun just compressed down in like a softball size,
Yeah.
so something like that.
But then it literally just like breaks the laws of physics and just consumes matter without converting it.
Yep.
So it's just like,
Yeah, that's one of those where it's like, this breaks the rules, but we don't know why.
this breaks the rules because we made the rules off different assumptions.
That's why the like theory that the black holes lead to something because
Yeah.
matter cannot be
Isn't
created nor destroyed.
gravity itself also like just like two objects, regardless of where they are in the universe, will always have an attraction to each other.
Correct.
It's just so minutely small you can't measure it past a certain point.
Yep. Yeah, because like
So right
technically,
now,
yes.
Myself and Emma Watson have a gravitational attraction to each other.
I guess technically.
Yes,
I mean,
technically yes.
you are infinite. I mean, no matter how far away
But
you
the-
are apart, technically
yeah.
there is a.
But
a
the reason like gravity is like an Earth thing is because the Earth has so much mass that its pull is much stronger than any other attraction. But
okay, if you really want your mind blown, this was one fact that I learned the other day that literally like absolutely just like broke me. Do you know how heavy clouds are?
yes, they're thousands and thousands of pounds.
Like they're almost like millions of pounds. Like
well,
clouds are
depending on the size of the
heavy.
cloud. Yeah, well, it's water.
But it's like you don't really think of that.
Water.
Clouds are heavy.
It's been a long time since this might be the longest I've ever gone without flying in a plane.
Really?
Well, like since I could remember, yeah. It's been over a year.
I mean, that's fair. I flew on one actually.
I flew multiple times a year before COVID.
I used to.
It's been a hot minute. The last time I flew was going to and coming back from PAX East 2020, aka the only con of 2020.
Yep. What'd you just find out, Chris?
He found out how much clouds
I
weigh.
Googled how much do clouds weigh.
Yeah.
knew
See?
So the average cumulus cloud is 1.1 million pounds.
Yep. I told you.
That's equal to about 100 elephants.
You think I was joking about that, but it's a lot.
I mean, it's water.
Yeah. I mean, if you do think about it, though, like the normal atmospheric pressure at sea level is 15 pounds
Chris,
per
we got a
square inch.
spammer. We got,
I got it.
Chris, we got a spam. We got a bot.
Calm down.
Kill him. Kill him. Yeah. We can buy follows, apparently.
Oh, man. Wow.
He's still alive, Chris. He's still alive.
Chris, come on, MLG game it.
There goes.
I'm a little
That's why we need NetBot.
Yeah. Because, yeah, you can set automatic.
Oh, yeah.
like-
Auto moderation.
Chris, your homework, look into bots.
Nice.
I've got it pinned on my on my bookmark bar. Calm down.
And then you go into WebAssign and do your NightBot WebAssigns. Bet you haven't heard that word in a while.
Oh, gosh. That brings back terrible memories.
All I can think of is Chem 101, which I took twice.
I did too.
I took
I got a C minus
a
the
couple
first time.
classes twice.
I mean, to be fair, though,